my pecan tree-lined lane. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. It's time for the 1245 edition of our program. Of course, we call it Down on the Farm. We call you our neighbor. Neighbor, let's take a look at the weather for this portion of Down on the Farm country. For this segment of our listening audience, we consult the National Weather Service office in San Angelo and Austin. Today, we'll have high temperatures around 12 degrees above normal. 77 in Del Rio, 75 in Uvalde, Hondo, San Antonio, and New Braunfels. 75 also in LaGrange, 77 and 78 in Pearsall and Pleasanton, 73 in Fredericksburg, 78 in Llano. Neighbor, we're due for the possibilities of a winter mix, possibly on Thursday into Friday. Looks like that winter mix will be Thursday morning through Friday morning along a line from, say, Del Rio to Uvalde, Hondo, San Antonio, New Braunfels, Kyle, Georgetown. As we move toward rain on Thursday, you'll probably see rain in places like Eagle Pass and Carrizo Springs, Pleasanton, Cuero, and LaGrange. Our 5-day planner says Wednesday, lows 47 to 55, highs 78 to 81. On Thursday, when that wintry mix or colder rain takes place, lows 27 to 38, highs 37 to 45. Neighbor, there's a look at ag weather for a big old combine swath of Down on the Farm country. McCoys.com, McCoy's Building Supply, still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. Farm and ranch panels and gates, field fencing, welded wire panels, barbed wire, and electric fencing. Shop online and find products and the store near you at McCoys.com. Taking a look at those commodities, March corn, $5.98 1/4, up 1 3/4. March beans, $13.67 1/4, down 2 1/2. March Kansas City hard red winter wheat, $7.69 1/4, up 24 1/4. March number 2 cotton, $120.47, up 77. April live cattle, $142.05, down a dime. March feeder cattle, $165.47, down 90. April lean hogs, $89.22, up 77.50. Your March West Texas Intermediate crude up 119, 84.48. Maybe there's your commodities of ag interest. McCoys.com. Make McCoys your choice for livestock pens and rodeo equipment like the 40-foot utility round pen or a manual rope and chute. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, it's time for today's edition of the Texas Vet Report with Dr. Bob Judd. Dr. Bob, what's your topic?
It's that time of year again when spring calving cows will be calving soon, and today we will cover the 3 stages of parturition in the cow. Hello everyone, I'm veterinarian Dr. Bob Judd with Texas Vet News on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. And the first stage of parturition or calving is dilation of the cervix, which occurs 2 to 24 hours before parturition. You will not really see any outward signs of stage 1 other than the cows may isolate themselves, and sometimes you will see switching of the tail and a slight discharge. Dr. Glenn Selk indicates at bovineveterinarian.com that if you are aiding the cow in delivery of the calf, you must make sure the cervix is completely dilated or the cervix can be damaged and future pregnancies can be lost. Stage 2 of parturition is when the calf is delivered. The calf enters the birth canal at the beginning of this stage, and the stage ends when the calf is born. Stage 2 can be noted when membranes or a water bag can be visualized, and it is reported this stage may last 2 to 5 hours. However, data from Oklahoma State indicates stage 2 is much shorter, with heifers calving in about 1 hour and mature cows calving in about 30 minutes. Any animals that require longer than this time interval to calve need assistance. If the cow does not calve in the period of time, you can assist them assuming the cervix is dilated and both of the calf's front legs and head are visible, or both back legs are visible. Make sure which legs are involved before assisting the cow, and if the legs are not present, call your veterinarian. Attempting to deliver the calf and damaging the tissues can sometimes cause a C-section to be required, which is more expensive on the producer and more risk for the cow. The last stage of labor is passage of the fetal membranes, and if this has not occurred in 12 hours, membranes are considered retained. Do not pull on the membranes yourself, but call your veterinarian for their advice. I'm veterinarian Dr. Bob Judd. This is the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor Hop Sing is ready to plate up the chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. I've got a glass of iced tea or a cup of coffee for you. And I've got a glass and a plate for old Ken Jordan Cattle Auction, Mason, and San Saba. Ken, how'd the Mason sale turn out?
You bet, Larry. We're going to have a good run today, right at 1,000 head today, about 150 cows and probably 25, 30 bulls. The rest of them all good calves, yearlings, and pretty well everything from the stocker steers and heifers. They sold extremely steady. And these lighter weight cattle, especially that are kind of from the 3 weight to 5, 50 weight, maybe 6 weight, they got a little condition on them. They're extremely in big demand right now, just because everybody's starting to order buy cattle to go to grass in May up in Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico and everything. They're already starting getting those orders together just so they can get enough numbers and everything. I thought overall those were all fully steady with a lot of activity on them. Getting the bigger cattle and everything with all last week's pretty well. We had probably $10 to $15 increase on those. They were all fully steady today too. Very good activity on all the classes and kind, Larry. Very good market today.
Good. Let's talk about San Saba Thursday.
You bet. We got several groups of calves that are coming in. We know of a group of 50 Angus calves on one deal that all been weaned and everything. Another deal about 35, 40 on another group of calves, and 3 or 4 other groups. Then we'll have 2 or 3 deals of cows that we know coming in. And then we'll be pulling some of the cows on some of these complete herd dispersal sales that we got coming up for the female sale on Saturday. We'll pull some of those older cows and that off too. So look for a decent run. It's going to be very cold. I understand Thursday, maybe high in the 38, something in that range, Larry. But then we got the big sale on Saturday, a little over 2,600 head, a lot of good pairs, bred cows, bred heifers, and open heifers will be offered there. They're all up on a website at jordancattle.com or tonight, Larry.
All right, give us the phone number right quick.
You bet. Our phone number, area code 325-372-5159.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Our heavy-duty panels weigh in at approximately 150 pounds each. We carry a wide variety of products and have panels for the smallest livestock show animals all the way up to panels for the toughest bucking bulls. Wholesale Steel with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel. 210-624-2000. Visit us on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the last grain report we have from John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. Milo through Corpus in January, 12.17. We'll call Houston 12.79. Yellow corn through Corpus in January, 6.96 and a quarter. We'll call Houston 6.71. Hard red winter wheat to Houston, March plus 78.15. And number 1 beans to Houston, March less a dime, 13.59 and 3/4. 9,269 bale of Texas cotton from East Texas, Oklahoma. 27,246 from West Texas brought the total to 36,515. That price averaged 115.33, but it ranged from 114.20 to 116.45. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. All because you are the best darn farm show listener in the great state of Texas. Not bragging, just stating fact. I'm Larry Marble, you're my neighbor. Neighbor, God bless. Good day. See you down the road.